Hey guys, happy Monday or Tuesday if that's when you are watching this. Hope you had a nice long weekend. Missed ya. Today we are going to work on the ablative absolute. So if you find this packet to be familiar, that is great news. I would advise that you go find it now. If not, I'm going to drop one into course documents and you should go grab it. Additionally, I'm going to drop a PowerPoint in there and we're gonna go over it right now. So if you're somebody who likes to take notes on a PowerPoint as you go, then you can go ahead and grab that as well. Otherwise, just get ready to listen and take notes on, I don't know, a separate sheet of paper or on the back of this packet, wherever you are most comfortable doing that. All right, and you can hit pause and get ready. And when you are ready to rock and roll, hit play. Because today we are learning about ablative absolutes, which are abundantly absurd. No, they're not. I just wanted to play with the alliteration, and you know, there's not a lot to do right now, so here we are. They're actually super easy. It's going to be great. So, the ablative case. Last week, you completed a super review of all the uses of the ablative case, which can mostly be summed up with the prepositions by, with, at, from, and in. You've got ambulo cum amicis, I walk with friends, hopefully 6 feet apart, right? Roma venit, he came from Rome. Rex nomine est, he is king in name. Canis reberatur ad domino, the dog is beaten by the master. Oh, these got increasingly dark. Typical. Anyway, so today we're gonna really focus on a new use of the ablative, which was on your list, and really delve deep into that, which is the ablative absolute. An ablative absolute provides more information about the situation in which an event occurred. It is composed of 2 words or elements in the ablative case. You can either have a noun or pronoun, and another noun or pronoun. So the 2 elements would be noun, noun, or noun, pronoun, pronoun, noun. Or a noun, pronoun, and a participle. The first one we're going to talk about is a noun and another noun, or pronoun and another pronoun, noun, pronoun, some combination therein. They are always translated with. I tried to fix that sentence. It is what it is. Always translated with. An emergency hack. They can always be translated this way. Every ablative absolute can be translated with. It is the most literal translation of an ablative absolute. So in an emergency, when in doubt, you can use with. So here we have an example. Caesare duce. This is 2 nouns, right? Caesare is a proper noun, the word Caesar, and duce is dux, ducis, the word leader. And so we translate it with Caesar as our leader. And this is providing the background for the rest of the sentence, right? It's telling you the situation in which the rest of the sentence is taking place. With Caesar as our leader, we crossed the Rubicon. With Caesar as our leader, we started a civil war. With Caesar as our leader, we invaded Gaul, whatever. That's the background. You can also have a noun and a participle. And you can use 2 different kinds of participles with these. So you can have a noun with a present active participle or a perfect passive participle. So quick review, a present active participle, those are the uns, untis participles. So like amans, amantis, loving, sedens, sedentis, sitting, etc. Your perfect passive participles are your us, participles. Those are your 4th principal parts of your verb. Those are your havings. So amatus, uns, having been loved participle. All right. So if you, let's start with the first one, a noun and a present active participle. So these are translated with while or as. So our example, agricola laborante. So you've got that uns, untis, laborante. So you can either use while or as, while the farmer was working, or as the farmer was working. You can use a noun and a perfect passive participle. These are translated with since, because, or after. So you've got may, the pronoun may instead of a noun pronoun, and capto, which is captus aum, right? But in the ablative, me capto. So you can have since I had been captured, because I had been captured, after I had been captured. All right, if you look at the front of your packet, right down here, these are those examples. I've just copied them in here so that we can sort of do them together. So the first example says, Aedificio ardente, liberi matresque e fenestris clamabant. So the literal translation, like I said before, is with. Every ablative absolute can be translated with, and most literally would be. We are distinguishing the different kinds with these looser translations so that you're showing me that you can tell the difference between them. So the literal translation is always going to be with. So with the building burning, aedificio ardente, liberi matresque, the children and the mothers, clamabant, were shouting, out of, from, fenestris, the windows. Now the loose translation. So if we look at ardente, that's an uns untis. What kind of participle is that? It's a present active participle. And if we go back, with our present active participle, how do we translate this? With while or as. So my loose translation is going to be while or as the building was burning, the children and mothers were shouting from the windows. Again, all right, example 2 from the packet. Libris lectis, that's our ablative absolute, magister multas litteras scripsit. So our literal translation, again, is going to begin with, always. So with libris lectis, with the books having been read, because lectus aum is a perfect passive participle, the teacher wrote many letters. Now, what is our loose translation going to be? Let's go back to the perfect passive participle page, and you can see it says translated with since, because, or after. And so since, because, or after the books had been read, the teacher wrote many letters. Okay? So, your assignment, if you flip the page in your packet, is to practice right here where it says practicing ablative absolutes 1 through 25. And these aren't complete sentences like those 2 examples were. They're just ablative absolutes. So what I want you to do is translate them. Pay attention to what types they are and translate them with the correct loose translation words. So the only time, I know that yes, you can use with every time, I just taught you that. But the only time I want you to use with in this activity is when you're using, when you see a noun with another noun. Otherwise, when you see a noun and a present active participle, you should be using while or as. And when you see a noun with a perfect passive participle, you should be using since, because, or after. And this assignment will be due in the Dropbox on Blackboard at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. If you would like help with these, I will be all set up in my, if you use the office hours link on Zoom at 12:30 tomorrow to help you. So pop on there at 12:30 tomorrow and use the office hours, the same office hours Zoom link that you use for office hours. Wow, that was a rough sentence. I do apologize. And I will do the first few with you and get you started there. I hope to see a bunch of you there because I miss you terribly. And I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Until then, valete omnes.